Next thing I want to talk about is just finding the right school, um, figuring out which one is your beauty and which one is your beast, and picking the ones that are the beauties for you. And what's real important is to choose the right school, not just from a football standpoint, but from a school that you're comfortable being with for the next 4 or 5 years, that if there was no such thing as football for you, you would still want to be there. That's very important because college coaches leave, assistant coaches turn over, and guys that you come in there, if you go in there strictly because of a coach and that person leaves, you're left holding the bag and you're left in a situation which may not be the best situation for you. So you want to choose the school not just because of the program, because of the coach, but because you want to be there. Okay, it's very important to make that decision. The next thing is make sure your money's right, and what I say by that is you want to go to the place that's giving you, if possible, the best financial situation, especially if you need to get scholarship money or you're in need of being able to get a certain amount of funds. So find a place that has the right financial background and puts together the best package for you. If it's a scholarship, great, you get that scholarship for you. If it's something where you're going to a D2, D3 school and you haven't explored all the options, you want to explore academic options, financial aid options, and get the place that's giving you the most money possible. Okay. Next thing is, from a football standpoint, you want to go to places that you're going to have an opportunity to get looked at and to get on the field. One of the biggest mistakes people make is just getting enamored with the program and not really looking at who's already on the roster and how long it's going to take for them to get on the field. Everybody wants to think that they're the best player, but everyone at that college is just like you. Everyone at Division I level is an All-American, All-State player. Everyone at Division II, Division III level is an All-County and All-League performer. They're players just like you, so you're going to be competing for jobs. So you want to give yourself the best opportunity to get on the field the earliest, because nobody likes sitting on the bench and everybody likes playing. So if you're sitting, you're working out and you're practicing and you end up sitting on the bench, it's not going to be an enjoyable experience. So try to choose a place so you can have an opportunity to get on the field. Go to a place that cares about you. The coaches care about you, that the community as a whole you feel will care about you, and you're going to get that feel from when you go on your visits on those campuses. But ask the tough questions, okay? Ask questions about what happens if you get injured and you can't play football again. How do they handle that situation? That's very important. Ask questions, players, how are the people that are backups, third string, how are they treated? How are injured players treated? How is the training staff treating the players that are there? That's very important to making sure that you're comfortable from a competition standpoint, that you've chosen the right place where people actually care about you. What are the teammates like? What is the dynamics of the team? How do the players get along? Is the team cliquey? Do people hang out in certain cliques? Do people all interact together? You have to find a place that fits for you the right way from that standpoint. Financial aid. It's important to make sure you explore all of your financial aid options. You make sure you fill out the federal financial aid forms, FAFSA. Make sure you fill out all the schools' financial aid forms. There's plenty of money and grants and stuff that you can get besides your scholarship opportunities. And it might be academic scholarships, it might be stuff from the federal government, it might be stuff from local government, and it might be stuff directly from the school. Fill out as many of the financial applications that you can, no matter what money that your family makes, because there's always money around that you can go ahead and get that will contribute to your college experience. Even if you're on scholarship, you can get things like Pell Grants that can help you be able to live better from a college standpoint. You can get your books covered. There's a whole bunch of different things that you need to explore from a financial aid standpoint and fill out all of them in order to give yourself the best opportunity to get the most money possible. Man, those lights kill you. It's fucking hot, dude. From a career standpoint, the example I'm going to use is, when I went to UConn, I first came in there. They said, "Hey, we're going to put you in this track from a classes standpoint," and I quickly realized that the track they were putting me on was the track just to be eligible. Whether you like it or not, most schools' goals, especially at the highest level, is to make sure their players are eligible. So it is your job to make sure that you choose an academic path that is suited to the career that you want to have. If you want to be in business, you better be in business school. If you want to be a teacher, you better be in an education school. Okay? You want to choose a school that fits your career path. And if you haven't thought about what your career path is going to be, start thinking about it now. You could always change your career path once you're in college, but if you don't choose one, the biggest mistake athletes make is 4 or 5 years down the line, they've been studying sociology and they have no intention of being a social worker, and all of a sudden now they're like, what do I do? You want to make sure you choose the academic path, you start thinking about your academic path, and then when you go into school, you take classes towards that academic path that will put you in position to get a job besides football. Your job is not as a football player. Your job is as a student to get a career path. And if you make the NFL, great, that's a bonus. But you're going to have to be able to get a job after, and you don't want to be left trying to figure out what your career path is in year 4 of college. You want to be able to, right from the time you get into school, have that stuff start to be mapped out and take courses towards that path.